focus on my club, the club that I run, well, I only do 2 days a week. I do a Tuesday and a Friday. They're 2-hour classes. So really, I kind of break it down as the first class about 7:15 to 8 o'clock. Then the second class from 8 o'clock till 9. That's the way I break it down. So, and the Tuesday night is gi. So we wear the gi. And the first half is really basic beginner stuff. Always pretty much the same. Escaping the guard. Then you'll escape the back control and escape half guard and things. Really basic, maybe do 1 or 2 techniques, but really then we go straight into that, fighting out of these difficult positions or positions that we'd see in competitions. Again, I'm not a my club is not a competition focused club. We don't focus on competitions, although we do compete, and you can certainly come and train with me then go and compete. It's not my main focus, because again, for me, I want all my students, everyone that I train with, to be able to defend against kicks and punches. So when you come in on a Friday, it's no gi, but the no gi class will start with boxing gloves on, and you'll see shin pads on, and if you just passed and looked in a window, you would think you're looking at a kickboxing or a Muay Thai class, because that's how we start. It's all about kicking, punching, moving about. And then after that, it's no gi class. So it's only 2 nights a week that I teach, but the focus is on being able to use the jiu-jitsu in all the ranges of jiu-jitsu, because if you notice the Wolfie here, the Wolf, you'll notice that he's a little badge on his gi. So his gi, although he's my Brazilian jiu-jitsu little mascot there, his actual gi is Japanese Jiu-Jitsu. That's freestyle functional Jiu-Jitsu, FFJJ. That was my Jiu-Jitsu class when I was teaching Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, or really before I had any qualifications or any right to teach Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I first learned Japanese Jiu-Jitsu. This is my Japanese Jiu-Jitsu belt. I've got a 5th Dan in Japanese Jiu-Jitsu. With the style that I teach, functional freestyle Jiu-Jitsu, it's punches, kicks, exactly what I've been saying I do in my class. To me, it's just Jiu-Jitsu. Although the better that I have got over the years, although I'm getting older now, the things that I've learnt is more, I learnt through Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to master the techniques of the ground. But my circle work and all my stand-up is not from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But in my club in Hounslow BJJ, they will do that, because we're inside, it's like the little yin and yang, you know, where the black's got a little bit of white and the white's got a little bit of black. When you learn inside my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu here, you actually see the Japanese Jiu-Jitsu. Japanese, there's no syllabus to it. I don't have a syllabus. We have, you have to be about a blue to brown belt level at kickboxing, and you have to be about 2 stripes, 3 stripes, maybe purple belt. If you have those 2 things, then you can start to look at going being graded for a black belt in my style. Though then you have to learn, not so much a syllabus, but you have to learn how to escape from standing holds, whether it be someone holds your hair, choking you, grabbing a lapel, grabbing your wrist. You have to learn to break these. And that's really what functional freestyle Jiu-Jitsu is. It's really what the form of Jiu-Jitsu I first learned was Anglo-Japanese Jiu-Jitsu in the Busan, and I absolutely love it. I've got a book in my attic, an old judo book, and everything that's in the syllabus is in the judo book. So really, some people argue about what's the best, judo or Jiu-Jitsu, or what came first. Well, obviously it was Jiu-Jitsu that came first. However, the old judo book that I have is everything I learned in Anglo-Japanese Jiu-Jitsu is in that little book, including the warm-up. It's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, Jiu-Jitsu, Judo, almost the exact same. To me, they are the exact same thing, because this is what my original Japanese Jiu-Jitsu instructor, when he get taught Judo, he get taught it more like they would do kicks and punches in the class. I remember Dave Clark, one of my instructors in Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, telling me about this. And that's how they done it in the old days. The old judo book I've got has all defences against kicks and punches in it. So with me, to get, maybe take about 4 to 6 years to get a black belt in functional freestyle jiu-jitsu, but let me assure you, you'll be a good blue belt by that time in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. In your stand-up, you'll get up to a brown belt, blue belt, brown belt level at kickboxing, striking. You must know that, then you'll learn the escapes. The other thing is, please have an understanding, you can't just punch everybody's head in who happens to grab you or hold you outside. You know, we have people walking about in this day and age who don't have the understanding, they're autistic, or they're born with some learning difficulties. You can't be smashing them in the face just because they grab you. You know, you have to be able to break away without hurting people. Like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you know, I hear some of the old stories from back in Brazil in the older days, maybe in about the 50s or so, well, Helio Gracie, as one of the books I read, not Robert Drysdale, who was that? I can't remember his name. And he wrote the book, he was one of the first Americans to train with, was it Rose and Ryan Gracie's father? What's his name? One of the Elton Gracie guys the guy who started the UFC. Really sorry, I don't know all these people's names, but there's loads of them. But one of his students wrote a book recently, and he was saying that when they used to do the Gracie challenges, that the old man of the family at that time was Helio Gracie, and he would say, win without punching them, fight them, engage with them, duck, get in, take them to the ground, get in top. If you need to move their face to get a choke, slap them, don't punch them. And I really like this. I like this approach, where you can take a martial art like jiu-jitsu, go out into the street, be involved in a confrontation, and not have to knock someone out by breaking their nose, breaking their jaw, and just maybe take them down, control them. If they're resistant, hold them till the police come or someone else comes, or just put them to sleep. Just like we used to see Spock years ago, we touch people's necks and then we go to sleep. You can put someone to sleep really fast. In under 10 seconds you can just put someone to sleep. We've done it. I've done it. I've had people ask me, how can you put me to sleep and all that? Sure. You know, hold up your hand and go behind them and down they go, and there's no pain. This is the other thing, there's absolutely no pain. So jiu-jitsu, yes, I love jiu-jitsu. I love jiu-jitsu, and my club is certainly about being able to move through the full range in a fight. And from the beginning, the first 6 weeks I will teach the basics. Close the distance, take your opponent to the ground, get a dominant position, then get that submission. They will submit. Of course, if there's 2 of them, it's different. Remember, if there's 2 of them, we start here, and you have to start punching and kicking now. Again, so this goes back to my functional freestyle jiu-jitsu. And one more thing. Someone recently asked me about when I do jiu-jitsu, I touch hands like everybody else, pump, 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 then I will go on my back, I will go on my side. I don't wrestle with people on my feet. I don't see who's the strongest, even at 58. I think I've got a couple of brown belts now, and they're about 32. And I think only once did I start in one of their guards. Well, I'm not saying I've never done that, but in general, I'll just start bump, bump, and go on my back and get a little battle for it now. They're too strong for me now. But so moving forward, I better not do that too much for them. But this is what I do. I start and I go on my side and I fight my way up. That's the way I wanted to do it, because I started my first black belt was in striking. My first black belt was Chinese boxing, kung fu kick fighting by Barry Noida, with Barry Noida. And so for me, when you start standing, I tell my guys, like I teach in Sheen, Calcium Gracie Sheen on a Thursday, I teach the MMA there. And recently I've been saying to him, okay, when we start on the ground with little gloves on for MMA, one guy maybe starting the guard, one guy in the bottom. But if you do get up, if you stand up, now we're punching and kicking, no headshots. And he makes me, why no headshots? Well, because you still have concussion. This is not 1997 anymore. We know so much about concussion. So if you've got a little gloves on and you're grappling, you stand up, it's punching and kicking. And you'll see if you watch any videos in my club, you won't see my guys standing up much. But again, we're not a competition club. You can, as I say, train, then go into competitions. But in general, we are not a competition club. I don't train my guys as if they are competing. My belief is, if you get up, now you're ready to punch and kick this guy. This is for out on the street or duck under, close the distance, as we're saying. But the best takedown, I believe, is a right hook or a left hook.